Yo gang, what is going on? Today I'm going to be showing y'all a delicious lazy meal. Baked chicken over white rice with a side of veggies. You want to start off by preheating your oven to 380, and you want to do this first so that it'll give you time to get the chicken together. And you want to start with thawed chicken legs, drizzle over lemon juice as well as white vinegar. This is going to help with the cleaning of the meat. I know I ruffled some feathers in the last post about cleaning meat, but I will always clean my meat. I suggest you do as well. Alright, now cover that with some warm water. Make sure everything is defrosted and everything is covered up by this water. Then I'm gonna begin taking the skin off the chicken legs. Feel free to leave the skin on. I just like the texture better once the skin is pulled off. Now, to get this technique right, it can definitely be very slippery and slimy. That is why we add the lemon juice as well as the vinegar to help alleviate some of this. But really just take your thumb and place it within the skin and then use that as kind of an anchor to just pull it down. And make sure you get around the joint as well. Once all the skin is off your chicken, it'll look like this, and you want to go ahead and give it one final rinse in the water just to get anything off that hasn't been rinsed off yet. Also, use this as a time to really inspect the chicken and get off anything that does not look right to your eyes. Next, begin getting your seasonings together. It'll be dark brown sugar, pepper, garlic powder, minced onion powder, adobo, cayenne pepper, ground paprika, sazon, as well as chicken bouillon powder. Once all the seasonings are in the bowl, you want to add extra virgin olive oil and then give everything a good mix. Make sure all of the seasoning as well as that olive oil is very incorporated into the chicken. Now you want to get your baking tray ready to go. I'm using an aluminum tray as well as aluminum foil over it just to help with the cleanup. Now you want to lay out these chicken legs with the kind of the front face of the chicken leg facing up, and really just arrange them in a way where everything will fit into your pot. And don't you worry at all, we're getting all of this seasoning. Don't let anything go to waste. Really scrape the sides, make sure everything is down at the bottom, and then we're just gonna pour this all over the chicken so that way everything is covered in this goodness. Once everything's covered up, we want to put it in the oven, and it'll be in there for approximately an hour and a half, but check on it after an hour. Like always, please sanitize all surfaces, containers, silverware, anything that came in contact with the raw meat, as well as your hands. Now we're going to get started on our white rice. I'm using jasmine. Feel free to use any grain type you would like. And we're going to start off with washing the rice, which is just rinsing it through cold water, and you really want to mix the rice around because this will help kick up any of the starch or anything that could be within the rice. I've seen small rocks, sometimes there's yellow or black grains, so you really just want to take those out. And see how the water is very cloudy? That's that starch coming out. You want to rinse it out, I would say at least 4 times, but feel free to do more or less than that. Now we see here the rice is still kind of cloudy, so I'm gonna pour this water out and then put some more in. Alright, this is about as good as kind of it'll get, so I'm gonna pour this water out And then the water that I put in will be the water that I use to actually cook the rice in. You want to start off by putting cool water in, and you want to fill it about one inch to 1/2 inch above the rice. To the pot of rice, you want to add extra virgin olive oil or any oil of your choice, and then take a fork and really just whisk that around to try to get the oil as incorporated as you can. Once it's mixed up to your liking, you want to put a lid on it, tell it to sleep tight, and then turn the heat on to a medium-low flame, and then check on it after about 15 minutes. After about 15 minutes, the rice will be complete, nice and steamy. Now, you want to take a look at the texture of it, make sure everything actually looks good. If it still looks hard, you might need to pour some more water in it, let it steam off for a little bit longer, but keep checking it thoroughly. Now, once I know that my rice is completely done, I want to turn the aisle off, and since I have an electric stove, I have to move it because this aisle stays hot. If you have a gas stove, you're okay, and just let it sit for about 15 minutes before you serve it. Afterwards, it'll be nice and fluffy. Finally, after about an hour and a half, the chicken legs are finally done in the oven, and your house will smell so good. Now, plate this over the white rice, and you got yourself a winner dinner right here. Now, it does take a little long, but it's very convenient and a nice lazy meal. Enjoy.